Well, hello and good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in this great world. Hope that you are having a lot of love, peace, and joy. My name is Tyrone Poole, and I want to welcome you to the Tyrone Poole Show, where my purpose is to help you. That's right, you, everybody, help you to cross your finish line by overcoming all of the trials and tests and temptations that life has to throw you, throw me, throw us, okay? Because life is a university, people. It is a university. Yes, I call it the University of Life. And in this university, we all are going to take trials, we're going to take tests, and we're going to have some temptations. Okay. The key to overcoming those trials, those tests, and those temptations, of course, are principles. Principles. Okay. Because principles never fail. Okay. And we all have experiences with those principles when it comes to trials, when it comes to tests, and when it comes to temptations. So that's my purpose. My purpose is to help you so that you can graduate the University of Life with flying colors. Okay. And I'm so glad you guys are here. And before I get started, I want to do a little bit of inventory. Yes, inventory. Just a few reminders before I get started, which I got a great topic today, a great topic, okay, which I will introduce after I give you guys a little bit of this here. Um, you guys see the ticker and everything down below. If you want to know more about what I'm doing, go to TyronePool38.com. That is the mothership, as they would say, the mothership that houses all of the other things, other websites. So you can go one spot and click into other aspects of what I'm doing. And also, you just see Work That Thing, workthatthing.com. You definitely got a direct link to all of the supplements, okay, all of the supplements. And then you got the Tyrone Pool 38 foundation.org, okay, where we are trying, not trying, let me take that back. We are, we are doing it, okay. We are building champions locally and globally. And just to start with the Tyrone Pool 38 Foundation, I want to thank all those who have contributed. I want to thank all those who have partnered, those who have teamed with us. Okay. And your work is paying off. Your time, your talent, and your treasure is paying off. All right. We've done events here in Atlanta, Georgia, going to Fort Valley, Georgia. Fort Valley State University is where I attended college. So we gave back in Fort Valley. And now we are on our way to LaGrange, Georgia. Okay, LaGrange, Georgia, March 5th. We have a family movie night in LaGrange, Georgia, March 5th. Okay, you can find more about that on the Tyrone Pool 38 Foundation website. And we also are going to go to Carolina. We're coming Carolina. Okay. We're going to go to Tennessee. Tennessee, yes. Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Okay. We're coming. The Tyrone Pool 38 Foundation is coming. Okay. Boston, Patriots is where I played. Indianapolis, okay, the Colts. We're going to Denver. Oh, I just love Denver, Colorado, man. Denver, Colorado is one of my favorite cities. All right. And then we're going to go on down wait to get to Las Vegas. I just want to ching ching. I want to pull those slot machines, man. But the Raiders. And what are we doing there? I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are like, well, okay, you going to all these places. What are you guys doing? Well, we are doing things to help build back the family. That's right, the family, okay? Whether the parents, the mother, and the father are together or not together, all right? They have kids. They should come together for the goodness of the kids. And why should they come to the goodness, for the goodness of the kids? Well, this is what I believe. I believe that when you have a mother and a father, when you have two people that come together to make one, they are presenting God. They are representing God, okay? Because God is one. And you have the man, you have the woman, and then they come together, they create one, God. And the children that they have, the children, when they see their parents together, that is the closest on earth that child or those children will see God in the physical. Okay, so if we can get the family back together, that's why the family is up under such great attack. Okay, but if we can get the family together, back together, whether they are married or not married, okay, that's not the point. All right, the point is to let the kids see family. And I believe if we do that, regardless, we can change not only the current situation of how our teens, our children are acting, but we would change the future. You guys believe that? I know you do. That's why I'm thankful for those who have supported the Tyrone Poole 38 Foundation. And when we go to these places, we're giving away shoes. We're giving away shoes. Why are we able to give away shoes? Because of your donations. Your donations, okay? We're putting shoes on children's feet. That's right, putting shoes on children's feet. So what do the shoes look like? Okay, this is what they look like for right now. Okay, this is the basic shoe, basic cross trainer. This is what we are giving away, basic cross trainers, right? All right, so you see the three on the shoe. The three represents, that's a reason the three is there. It represents the Father, the Son, the Spirit. It also represents the number 3 represents beginning, middle, and end. And also the 3, let me pull that up a little bit. There we go. The 3 represents the body, the soul, and the spirit. All right. So not only do you have the Father, the Son, and the Spirit, but you have the body, the soul, and the spirit. And then you have the 3 that represents the beginning, middle, and end. All right. And also you see on the side, you got work that thing. Okay. You got to work that thing. So when you're going to work that thing in life, you have to work all 3 components. From the beginning to the middle to the end, you got to work your mind, body, and soul. Okay. All right. And of course, you see the work that thing actually, the tag in the tongue. So this is the cross trainers that you guys are helping to give away to these children in various communities. Okay. So if you want to join this shoe sponsorship, go to Tyrone Poole 38 foundation.org. Again, the link down below, Tyrone Poole 38 foundation.org, and donate some shoes. Okay. Donations start at $75. So this is where your $75 are going. Okay. And they are being creating shoes that are being put on children's feet. Okay. And I can't do it by myself, people. All right. I need you. All right. Teamwork makes the dream work. Okay. So thank you for those who are going to be action takers, who are going to help me, help us continue to build champions locally and globally. Okay. All right. Because it's needed. Also, work that thing, supplements. All right. Work that thing supplements. Go check it out, workthatthing.com. We got different types of supplements. You know, my body was my business for over 22 plus years. Okay. So I know what works. Okay. I know what works. And this red superfood, it works. Okay. It's kind of like an antioxidant. All right. You need antioxidants in your body to get rid of those free radicals that are in the air when we breathe. Okay. How about collagen? Anybody out there want to add collagen to your body, to your skin, to your joints? Well, you know what? We have collagen. All right. Again, my body was my business, people. I had to keep it healthy. I had to keep my joints healthy. Okay. So work that thing, collagen. What else do we have, Tyrone? Oh man, any of you guys getting like kind of scared to go to the gym? Do you have any ailments, any illnesses? Well, you know what? A great vitamin for you would be the elderberry. Elderberry. All right. Elderberry. You guys get a close up. See, you get a close up on the elderberry. Y'all see the elderberry? Yeah, definitely. Elderberry is good for the immune system, especially with all these viruses and everything that are happening. You definitely want to keep your immune system strong. So elderberry, work that thing, elderberry. All right. How about you, those guys and women that are feeling sluggish when you go to work out? You feeling sluggish? Well, all you need is this work that thing pre-workout. Okay, pre-workout. I take this stuff before I work out, man, and I'm telling you, I am lifting the gym. I'm lifting the gym, right? I'm ready to work that thing. All right. And you know what? You got to have the protein, right? You got to have the protein. So you want to get the protein. All right. You want to get the protein. Now, Tyrone, you got all of that good stuff. All right. I need to blend it up with something. All right. You guys need to go to get the Work That Thing blender. Yes, we have the portable Work That Thing blenders. All right. So, hey, you can work out. You can work out in the cross trainers and then take your supplements. And then you know what? You go right on over after the workout and put it all in your blender. And man, you are ready to go and recover. All right. So that's a great little thing I want to share with you guys. Okay. So on the ticker, go down to all of the websites, check out what I have going on. And if you're looking for a speaker as well, dynamic speaker, a keynote speaker, I'm your person. Okay. Trials, those tests, and those temptations, you're going to have to be resilient. Okay. How many of you guys know how to be resilient? All right. I know how to be resilient. I'm your number one resilient coach. I'm your number one resilient trainer. Okay. I know how to overcome. Quit football in high school. Overcame that. I bounced back. Okay. Went to a HBCU, probably less than 3,000 students at the time when I was attending Fort Valley State. I overcame that. I bounced back. Okay. Resiliency. All right. Going to the NFL. First ever defensive selection in Carolina Panthers history. Get released or get traded to the Indianapolis Colts. I had to bounce back from that. Resiliency, okay? And ended up finishing a 12-year career with a lot of resiliency and able to pick up a couple of trophies on the way, okay? And still, life after sports, okay? The principles are still the same. I'm still utilizing resiliency, okay? But I'm utilizing resiliency in a corporate setting. You know, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm utilizing resiliency when it comes to family. You know, you got to deal with people, okay? And sometimes you got to deal with yourself. So if you are having a commencement, if you are having any type of workshop, if you are having a corporate event and you are looking for a dynamic speaker, I'm going to teach you resiliency. I'm going to teach your company how to be resilient, how to bounce back. I'm going to teach you how to bounce back and still win that championship. All right. So with that in mind, people, again, thank you for being here. And I'm going to jump right into my topic. Okay. My topic is about blaming. Okay. Blaming. We got to stop blaming people. We got to stop blaming others. We got to cut it out, man. Get rid of it. Okay. I know life isn't perfect, people. I know life is not perfect and things go wrong. Yes, they do. We make mistakes. We do make mistakes. Accidents do happen. All right. And you know what? Life may not pan out the way we hope. But, but, as I heard a person say, you got to watch those buts, right? But is your default reaction, is your reaction to everything I just said, your default reaction? Default reaction, default reaction. What is that, Tyrone? What are you talking about? To all that, what I just named, okay? When life isn't perfect, things go wrong. You make a mistake, accidents happen, and life don't pan out the way you hoped it would. What is your default reaction? What is your default reaction? Hence the title of this show, Blaming. So when things happen, our default reaction is to find somebody or something else to blame for our problems. That's right. Blame game. You know, that's what we do. A lot of things, that happen to us are, let's just be honest, okay? Everything is not usually happening because of one thing, all right? It's usually a combination of factors. And that could cause a mix of problems, okay? And when we only blame one thing and we don't think about our actions, because usually it takes two to tango, right? So our actions are, for example, if you were driving your car and you hit a pothole in the road, and maybe you blow out a tire, or maybe your car gets out of alignment, okay? Now, it was probably partly due to the fact that the road was poorly maintained by the state. And yes, the state is at fault. But, like I said, you got to watch those butts. But also, you played a role as well. What? How did I play a role, Tyrone? Well, the pothole was there, but were you paying attention to your driving? Were you going too fast and you were not? So as you can see, people, sometimes not only is there a person, place, or thing that caused it, but we also play a role ourselves in the situation. So if that's where you are, if you are the person that you blame people, okay, and when things happen, you just start ranting and raging about what somebody else is doing. Like I said about the pothole. How many of you out there ranting and raving about how your money is not being spent correctly by the state? I pay taxes, and these roads should be done better. Okay, I do it sometimes myself. But then I look back and I say, you know what? Yes, I want retribution, but at the same time, if I had been paying attention, I could have gone around that pothole. All right. So if you find yourself, trying to pass the buck, meaning you try to put it on somebody else's tab, you try to blame somebody else for your mistake, then if I was a betting person, which I am not, but if I was a betting person and I was betting that by making and blaming others, making others responsible for your mistakes or blaming others, if I was a betting man, I bet you that it probably got you into a little more trouble than you probably could have gotten into if you had just said, okay, hey, this is my part in it. Let's move on. Or how can we make it better? All right. So Some of you probably have blamed your partner. Anybody blame your partner? How about a family member, your best friends, or people who you probably work closely with? All right. So now that we know everything, okay, but what about others? What about others when it comes to continuously blaming other people? How long will those people continue to allow us to blame them? Now, no matter how much people love us, I just believe that there is only a certain amount of times that people will allow truly was generally your fault. Okay. Not only does blaming people weaken your relationships with those people or those situations, but being unable to take responsibility for your mistakes can damage us. Okay. The person we look at every day in the mirror in other ways. Well, how can it damage me, Tyrone? It can damage you mentally, physically, or spiritually. So for me, I've learned that life is all about making mistakes. Yeah, that's right. Life is all about making mistakes because it's only through getting things wrong that we have learned, or I have learned, or we will learn how to do them right. Check this out, people. All right. If we never accept that we've made a mistake, how can we ever learn to do things better? All right. So that's why I say life is about making mistakes. You're going to make mistakes. Okay. The thing is, you learn from it. You learn from it. That's how you get better. All right. So, with that in mind, here are some reasons why we can be tempted to blame others. And I will follow that by looking at how to kick the habit of shifting the blame for our actions. All right. So here we go, people. You guys ready? The reasons we blame others for our mistakes. All right. Here we go. Let's find number one. Number one is to explain why something happened. That's one of the reasons why we blame other people. We blame other people to explain why something happened. Now, as humans, it's our default to always look for a cause for something. All right. We look and we like to have narratives that explain why things happen so that we can add these to our mental story of life rather than turning the light on ourselves or looking at a larger picture and can explain things more quickly in our own thinking. We can explain things more quickly and easily by just attributing others for the problem. And you guys agree with that? You guys agree with what I just said? All right. So the reason why we blame is to explain why something happened. How about number two? Number two is to attack someone. All right. To attack someone. Shifting the blame onto someone else is a very subtle way to attack them, believe it or not. Whether you are doing this unconsciously or consciously. But if we hold a grudge against someone for some reason, perhaps we feel they've wronged us or blamed us in the past. Then if an opportunity to blame them presents itself, it can be a very tempting thing to blame somebody. All right. We call it our payback. Our James Brown. Blaming others, blaming them for something is a tactic. All right. That some of us use. Now, we might use this to hurt people. Again, we're going to pay them back. We're going to pay them back. We're going to get them back. Here's my opportunity to get them back. So whether we are aware of that, meaning if we are aware that we are truly blaming others out of our hurt, okay, regardless, we need to fix it. All right. So to attack someone, that is another reason why we try to blame people. All right. Our number 3 reason that I came up with. Number 3 reason is it's a great defense mechanism. A great defense mechanism. All right. Shifting the blame directly onto someone or something else is the perfect way to avoid having to reflect on our own behavior. That way, we can remain unaware of our own shortcomings. And believe me, people, we all have shortcomings. All right. And sometimes when I hear people say, oh, that's such a good person, that's such a good person. Yeah, they're good for that moment. But me personally, I believe that we all, or should I say, I believe that there are no good people, there are no bad people, they're just people. We're just people that have good and bad in us. And the situation that we're going through at that time will determine which one comes out. Now, some people have done an excellent job of keeping their foot on the bad things that there's other people, they have put their things so it doesn't show, but they speak their mind. But both people got good and bad in them. It's just that which person chooses to allow one or the other to shine. All right. So, why do we blame others? It's a great defense mechanism. Why do we blame others? Because we want to attack someone. Why do we blame others? To explain why something happened. All right. So, did any of those reasons I mentioned ring true for you? So, if you've come to realize that, yeah, that's me, then I've got good news for you. Okay. Those blaming days are over, people. Those blaming days are over. And how do we stop blaming others? Okay. How do we stop blaming others? The first step is to challenge your behavior. Okay. Challenging your behavior to recognize and accept your part. So the fact that you're in this room, or you are in your room, or you are or at your house, or in your office, or wherever you are, that you have taken time out to listen to what I have to say, that is a fantastic sign that you want to stop blaming others. Okay. I blame others. I blame people. Okay. All right. We all do it. We all do it. So again, by you listening, you have said to yourself, I want to change. All right. And you recognize that, hey, sometimes I do blame people. Okay. So it also means that you want to become a better person for your own sake, not nobody else. All right. For your own sake. And also, basically, maybe those that are around you. All right. Those that are around you. But how can you start to alter your pattern of behavior? All right. How can you kick the habit of a lifetime? You've been blaming people for a lifetime. Not quite a lifetime. You've been blaming people for a long time. Let's put it like that. All right. It's become ingrained in your speech. All right. Now, how can you kick the habit and start accepting the blame that you took part of it? Accepting the blame that, you know what? Yep, I did a little something. Okay. All right. Now, please understand, people. Please understand, I am not advocating blindly accepting blame for anything. Okay. But what I'm merely recommending and what I'm trying to get you to realize is that when things are generally your fault, when things are truly your fault, you need to act accordingly. Okay. And you need to accept that blame. Stop blaming other people when you know truly that it was your fault. All right. So here are a few steps towards breaking the habit of shifting the blame onto others. Happens, take a deep breath. That's the first thing you should do. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. So when something happens that you know would normally trigger a negative response from you or a defensive reaction from you, take a breath. Take a breath. Try to catch yourself in that moment. That's what that taking that deep breath is going to do. It's going to allow you to catch yourself before you respond, okay? Before you react or say anything to anyone. And I know I need to start doing that. I may need to take in a whole deep. Sometimes I want to let it out, all right? But taking this deep breath again allows you to kind of catch yourself before you react, all right? And it allows you to identify the feeling within you that makes you want to shift the blame, all right? Maybe that blame, that situation you're going through is an embarrassment. You just got embarrassed. Take that deep breath, all right? Maybe it's fear. Maybe it's some fearful thing. Take that deep breath. Or maybe you're in a situation where you are feeling inadequate. You feel an inadequacy. You know what? Take that deep breath, people. By just taking these few moments to assess the situation and ask yourself what's going on. This way you don't get that knee-jerk reaction that we normally would. All right. So take that deep breath, people. Okay. The second thing you want to do, reframe the situation. Reframe it as an opportunity to learn. Yeah, we're just talking about how to stop blaming others, okay? So you're going to take a deep breath. Then after the deep breath, you're going to reframe the situation. Because no one has ever gotten anywhere in life without expressing and experiencing some major failures along the way. All right. Every single mistake we make, from the tiny ones to the big ones, teach us life lessons and allows us to grow, people. All right. So reframe it. See how you can grow from it. So the next time you mess up, all right, you will be strong enough to fight the urge to blame others for the failures by thinking about what you learned from the other situation. All right. So, number 3, apologize. As soon as you blame somebody else, you know what? After you take that deep breath, you reframe it and you realize, you know what? That was on me. I did that. All right. I apologize. Now, I've said this before, okay, for all those who like sports. Whenever you see a person, I play defense. So if I missed a tackle or if I gave up a catch, then I normally would say to my teammates, without physically saying it, I would point to myself. I say, that's me. And sometimes you can look at through the face mask and you can see the person say, that was me. That's me. That's me. So basically what I'm saying is I'm not blaming the linebackers that because they did not get there. We called a blitz and the linebackers didn't get there, which allowed the quarterback to throw the ball. Okay. No, I still had my responsibility, my role in the situation. Okay, I still had to cover the receiver. All right. So if you do shift the blame, reframe it, take a deep breath, right? All right. And then, hey, you know what, guys? I apologize. All right. That's me. It won't happen again. All right. And the last one, people, and the last one, keep things in perspective. Okay. Keep things in perspective. Sometimes we mess up. All right. Sometimes we're just going to mess up. But we're often guilty of making mountains from molehills. You guys ever heard of that? You ever heard of that little slogan, little saying? You're making a mountain out of a molehill. All right. And sometimes we do that. All right. This is where we got to keep it in perspective. All right. There's no point of trying to sweep something under the rug and then worry about it being discovered if we could just accept responsibility in the first place, and move. So if we can keep things in perspective, all right, keep things in perspective. Don't make a mountain out of a molehill, people. Okay, it's not that bad. All right. Now, if you can shift the blame, reframe the situation, okay, and then tell them, hey, I apologize, and then you learn from that situation. All right. But before every situation, all right, in order for you to know how to stop blaming people, you always got to take that deep breath. Take that deep breath and come to yourself, people. Okay, come to yourself and say, hey, I am better than this. All right. So that is my story. That is my show for today. All right. Blaming, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Stop blaming people. All right. And like I said, please understand, I'm not advocating blindly accepting blame for anything. Okay. Because there's some things out there that people do. Okay. There's some things that nature does. You know, we can't blame ourselves. I didn't play no part in lightning striking this and that. Okay. But all I'm saying is situations where you know, genuinely, you know it was your fault. Okay. That's what I'm talking about here tonight. So stop blaming others. Okay. Stop blaming others. And I think life would be better. Okay. So don't use blame as a defense mechanism. And don't try to use blame to attack someone. And don't try to blame people so that you can figure out why things happen. All right. It is what it is, people. So again, I want to thank you guys. Check out the ticker below. Check out the ticker below. Go to the websites. Check out the shoes. Donate at the Tyrone Poole 38 Foundation. Help us to continue to give shoes to those underserving communities. We are headed to LaGrange, Georgia. We have the Tyrone Poole 38 Foundation Family Night, March 5th. We're giving out shoes. We're still accepting donations. Okay. These shoes are put on people, on children's feet. And these are cross trainers. These are cross trainers. Okay. These are cross trainers. All right. These are shoes that I developed. All right. You guys see that work that thing? Yes, work that thing. And you got the three. Okay. The three, as I said earlier, mind, body, spirit, Father, Son, Holy Spirit. All right. Beginning, middle, and end. That's what the three represent. All right. So go donate. Go to Tyrone Poole 38 Foundation .org right now and get into the sponsorship of the shoes. Sponsor some shoes, buy some shoes, donate financially to shoes and put them on people's feet. All right. So I want to thank all you for tuning in. I appreciate you. I love you. And, I'll see you guys next time. So until then, I want you guys to continue to work that thing and work that thing with greatness, because at the end of the day, the only person that can stop you is the person that you look at every what you have and what you can do. You are unstoppable. So go work that thing, people. This is Tyrone Poole. And as I like to say, I am out. I have worked that thing. Peace.